Okay, Mayor, we are now live on Facebook, the 2021 organization meeting of the town of Westfield.
Excellent. Thank you, Jim. Good evening, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to this reorganization meeting of the Westfield Town Council of January 5th, 2021 at 6 p.m. for the purpose of organizing for the year and transacting such other business as may properly come before the Mayor and Town Council. On December 11th, 2020, notice of this meeting was provided to the Westfield Leader and Star Ledger, posted on the Municipal Building Bulletin Board, and filed in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Please rise for the invocation, which will be given by Reverend Jeremy Jenkins of the Presbyterian Church in Westfield, and then remain standing for the salute to the flag, wherever you may be.
To the one who lies beyond all division, the one above any name, we ask your blessings this evening on these leaders in this community who are here this evening to care for, to support our town in the midst of this health crisis, and also to welcome the new appointments of civil servants and fellow citizens committed to the vibrant public life that we share. In this time of deep division, help each and all step away from any schismatic instincts to find unity in our diverse voices, strength in our differences for the sake of all under our care. Remind all who have gathered to use our voices for common good and to reflect the mutual respect that each deserves, regardless of ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender, creed, or any other label. Make this meeting one in which we can sense new opportunities to serve those in our community who live on the margins, to also celebrate our shared investment in the neighborhood with businesses and art and culture in our parks, and to commit all our energy in leaving this place we love so well stronger than we found it. Help each speak when a voice is needed, while knowing when to listen with wisdom and humility. This we make our prayer and our reflection, and may it be the pondering of our hearts as we leave this place at its end. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Now for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the
flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic
which is
which stands
one
nation
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, Reverend. And again, Happy New Year and welcome to the annual organization meeting of the Westfield Town Council. Thank you for everyone who's tuning in. And again, a special thank you to Reverend Jenkins for his participation this evening. I think I speak for all of us on the Town Council when I say what a privilege it is to serve our community as volunteer public servants. I would like to extend my personal thanks to our Town Council persons, Linda Hapgood, Mike Dardia, David Contract, Dawn Mackey, Mark Lagrippo, Jim Boys, Mark Parmalee, and Scott Katz for their support and flexibility during this past unprecedented year. Additionally, I want to thank the resident volunteers who will be appointed tonight to serve on town boards and commissions, as well as the numerous volunteers who've been asked to serve on the Mayor's Advisory Councils. And to those who just completed their terms, thank you for your contributions and service to Westfield. And once again, I would like to remember the service and numerous contributions of Planning Board Chairman Robert Newell, who passed away last month. While this past year was one we hope to never replicate in our lifetimes, we should be incredibly proud of how we have navigated through this pandemic as a community. I'd like to acknowledge our hardworking, indefatigable, and unflappable town administrator, Jim Gilday, who led with a steady, professional hand while maintaining a safe and healthy work environment for our employees. We're really incredibly grateful for his service and fortunate to be adopting a resolution tonight to appoint Jim to another well-deserved 3-year term. Congratulations, Jim, and thank you. We're also fortunate to be reappointing our town engineer, Chris McAloon, whose contributions to the town are immeasurable and felt by every resident. His touch is everywhere, from overseeing our road paving to managing stormwater issues and our aging infrastructure, to his contributions on the planning board and so much more. We are grateful for his continued commitment and for his 20 years of service to the town. I'd also like to express our gratitude to our amazing town clerk, Tara Rowley, who prefers to work behind the scenes and is a primary reason why Town Hall continued to operate so smoothly last year. And I also want to thank our former mayor and current town attorney, Tom Jardine, whose knowledge and guidance helped us ensure compliance with the many executive orders that were issued by the governor, as well as keeping us on track to make substantial legislative progress. And I must give a special shout out to our town planner, Don Samet, for his incredible guidance and leadership on our redevelopment efforts over the past few years. Meticulous, thoughtful, collaborative, and wicked smart are just some of the adjectives that come to mind when I think of Don. We are very fortunate to have someone of his caliber, experience, and stellar reputation guiding one of our town's most important initiatives. Additionally, Westfield Police Chief Chris Badaloro, Fire Chief Tony Tiller, and their departments deserve special kudos for not only keeping us safe last year, but for their extraordinary efforts helping residents in need. DPW Director Greg O'Neill and his department didn't miss a beat, in spite of working at half capacity for several months. Kim Ford, our public information officer, proved to be a critical member of our emergency response team, liaising with the health department and providing frequent, often daily, COVID information updates. The Westfield Regional Health Department, led by Health Director Megan Avalone, has been extraordinary, working 7 days a week under unimaginable circumstances. She and her team have supported 8 municipalities with professionalism and grace as they strive to keep our community safe and informed. Indeed, every employee in each town department adapted to the new normal of operating in a pandemic and did so while providing extraordinary service to our residents. I want to thank each of them for their ongoing dedication. And lastly, I think I can speak for all of us, thanks to our families, including my own, for their ongoing support of our volunteer service. We could not serve without them. So let us move on to tonight's business and appointments, which I will follow with additional remarks in my State of the Town address. So with that, I will now call the meeting to order. Mrs. Rowley, may I have a roll call?
Mayor Brindle,
Here.
Council Members Habgood,
Here.
Parmalee,
Here.
LaGrippo,
Here.
Katz,
Here.
Mackey,
Here.
Contract,
Here.
Dardia,
Here.
and Boyce.
Here.
And thank you. And I think did I hear Senator Tom Keene was here? If he is, I just want to acknowledge his attendance and say thank you for your service as well. So thank you, Senator, wherever you may be in the Zoom world that we're operating in, but very grateful to have you.
He is on, yes.
Senator, would you like to say a few words? Not to put you on the spot.
Here we go. Yes, thank you,
Oh,
Madam.
there you are.
Yes. How are you, Madam Mayor? It's great to see you, members of the council,
Absolutely.
and the wonderful professional staff. And I'd just like to thank you all and wish you a very, very happy new year. Stay safe. Look forward to continuing to work with everybody on this phone call and throughout the entire community.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And I'd like to express personal gratitude for all of your support on the Raritan Valley line and look forward to getting back on that with you in short order.
Yes, with frequency.
Absolutely. Well, all the best and thank you so much.
Thank you all. Stay safe.
Thanks.
So I will now propose the acting and alternate acting mayor appointments for the year 2021. Acting mayor is Linda Hapgood and alternate acting mayor is Dawn Mackey. May I have a motion to accept these appointments?
So moved.
Seconded?
Second.
Any discussion? I would just like to thank both Councilman Mackey and Hapgood for their continued support and willingness to step up. So all in favor?
Yes. Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. I will now name council appointments. All of the following appointments will be through December 31st of the stated year. Planning Board Liaison, Linda Hapgood, Class 3, 2021. Board of Adjustment, Frank Fusaro, 2024. Charles Galinas, alternate 1, December 31st, 2022. The Special Improvement District Board, Anthony De Tomaso is going to be the owner rep through 2023. Lillian Pien, the owner rep through 2023. Jim D'Onofrio, the resident for 2023. Michael Laplace, resident appointment, 2023. Dawn Mackey, council designee, 2021. Myself as the mayor designee, 2021. And Jim Gilday, ex officio, 2021. May I have a motion to accept council appointments?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Opposed? This motion is carried. Following our proposed employee appointments, resolution to appoint James Gilday as town administrator through 2023. Resolution to appoint Chris McAloon as town engineer through 2023. Resolution to appoint municipal prosecutor through 2021. Resolution to appoint public defender through 2021. May I have a motion to accept the employee appointments?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion?
Mayor, is there any change in the prosecutor? Is it the same person as last?
That's correct.
Okay.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Opposed? This motion is carried. Congratulations, Jim, and congratulations, Chris. And thank you for your service. I will now propose board appointments. Board of Health, Lawrence Butnick, MD, through 2024. Steve Gorelick, 2024. Marianne McCloskey, alternate number 2, 2022. Council liaison is Mike Dardia through 2021. The Recreation Commission, Jennifer Gilman, Chair, 2021. Ron Feldman, 2022. Tony Stewart, filling an unexpired term through 2022. Brad Rothenberg, 2023. Paul Minuski, 2023. Monica Bergen, 2023. Liz Chaco, alternate 1, filling an unexpired term through 2022. And the council liaison is Scott Katz through 2021. Historic Preservation Commission, Carol Tenner, Class A and Town Historian through 2023. Maria Boyce, Class B, 2024. Jennifer Jaruzelski, Class C, 2024. Greg Blasi, Class A, 2023. Jacqueline Brevard, Class C, 2021. Marianne Healy Rodriguez, alternate number 1, 2022. Catherine Reed, alternate number 2, 2021. And the council liaison is Linda Hapgood through 2021. The Tree Preservation Commission, Mark Neeson, 2023. Holly Kempner, 2023. Shannon Walsh, 2023. Council liaison Jim Boys, 2021. The Memorial Library Board, Amy Bear Shield, 2025. Siva Ramakrishnan, 2025. And the council liaison is Jim Boyce through 2021. The Westfield Housing Commission, John O'Brien through 2021. Sasha Nisbet, 2021. Paul Marco Tullio, 2021. Carol Nixon, 2021. Karna Garrett Sotero, 2021. Don Samet, ex officio member, 2021. Chris McAloon, ex officio member, 2021. Public Arts Commission, Gwen Fisher, Class 2, Mayor Designee, 2021. Eric Rea, Class 3, Town Historian Designee, 2021. Alex Stone, Class 5 Resident, 2022. Dawn Mackey, Class 1 Town Council Rep, 2021. Human Relations Advisory Commission, Debbie Goddard, 2021, filling an unexpired term. Jenny Tannenbaum, 2023. Gary Tim, 2023. Rami Sarabi, 2023. Sophia Zimmerman, alternate number 1, 2022. Yimin Wu, alternate 2, 2021. Access Inclusivity Council, Janice Agresti, Chair, 2021, and all of these are through 21. Lisa Bertone, Samantha Norquist, Carol Nixon, Rahida Nair, Lauren Perlman, Heather Hayes, Lisa Moore, Ileana Vodoniki Clonari, Noel Shi, alternate number 1, Audrey Polonitsa, alternate number 2, Jen Grismalo Liu, advisor, Julie Steinberg, advisor, and council liaison is Michael Dardia. The Mental Health Council, Charles Kasici, 2022. Melanie Horton, filling the resident position, 2021. Dominic Trott, resident, 2021. Dr. Laura Kaplan-Sagel, she's filling the medical mental health professional, 2023. Ellen Devlin, alternate number 1, 2022. Esanan Kwarku, alternate number 2, 2021. Maureen Mazaries, representing the Westfield Public School District, 2023. And Elizabeth Jeffrey is the mayor's representative, 2023. And the council liaison is Linda Hapgood through 21. May I have a motion to accept these board appointments?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion? I'd like to make one comment. Jen Gilman, who's been nominated to be the chair of the Rec Commission. We think it's the first time ever in the history of the town that we've had a chairwoman on the Rec Commission. We know it's been at least 30 years, and I think we can say it's a safe bet. It's the first woman chairing the Rec Commission in our history, which is incredibly, I think, worthy mention. So very proud of that accomplishment. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This motion is carried. And congratulations to everybody that's been appointed, and thank you so much for your service. I will now read mayoral appointments and council liaisons, beginning with the planning board. Ross Goldstein, class 4, 2022, filling an unexpired term. Michael Ash, class 4, 2024. Asima Jansfeld, class 4, 2024. Alexandra Carreras, alternate number 1, 2022. And I'll be representing as the mayor's designee through this year. Chris McAloon, class 2, 2021. Community Development Revenue Sharing Committee, Dorothy Musho, 2021, and Leo Marcus, 2021. Solid Waste Advisory Board, Jeff Brick, 2021. Union County Transportation Advisory Board, Harvey Davidson, 2021, and Marv Gersten, alternate, 2021. The Air Traffic Advisory Board, Jerome Better, 2021, and Scott Jaffe, alternate, 2021. And Council Liaison, Chamber of Commerce Liaison is Councilman Mark LaGrippo. I'll be the liaison to the Union County League of Municipalities. The Board of Education Liaison will be Councilman Mike Dardia, and the second Senior Citizens Housing Corporation Liaison will be Councilwoman Linda Hapgood. The following are council committees for the year 2021. Finance Policy Committee, Linda Hapgood, Chairwoman, Mark Parmalee, Vice Chairman, Jim Boyes, and David Contract. The Public Safety, Transportation, and Parking Committee, Mike Dardia, Chairman, Jim Boyes, Vice Chair, Linda Hapgood, and Don Mackey. The Code Review and Town Property Committee, Mark Parmalee is the Chairman, Don Mackey is the Vice Chairwoman, Scott Katz, and Mark LaGrippo. The Public Works Committee, David Contract is the Chairman, Scott Katz is the Vice Chairman, and Mark LaGrippo and Mike Dardia. So thank you all. Congratulations to everybody that's appointed, and thank you once again to all the council persons for your volunteer service. I now have the privilege of delivering the State of the Town address, reflecting on key 2020 accomplishments and 2021 priorities, including the vision we have set in motion for our future. So I will. And first and foremost, I'm happy to report that the state of our town remains strong and our future prospects are very bright in spite of the uncertainty brought on by the pandemic. Our strength lies in the dedication of our town employees, the enduring commitment and volunteerism of our residents, and the resiliency of our businesses, all reflected in how we responded to the pandemic. And I think it's worth mentioning some of the few exemplary highlights. We launched the We Love Local campaign, which seems like years ago, days after the shutdown was announced back in March, and we raised $300,000 for local businesses. We immediately pivoted to virtual operations across all departments. We offered a wide range of virtual classes and programming through our recreation department, who then successfully also opened Memorial Pool for a safe summer season. We created virtual downtown Westfield as non-essential businesses were forced to close. We then welcomed Open Quimby with special events and festive outdoor dining spaces. We recreated popular community events such as Alt Adams Fest and Drive Through Santa. We created a virtual tree lighting that kicked off a food drive for the community food bank, raising $50,000. We established the first virtual Zoom court in Union County. We redirected the police department, school resource officers to serve as community resource officers to assist seniors and residents in need. We created an online coronavirus information center and held Facebook Live updates to address our community's pandemic questions. We delivered more than 125 written COVID updates to ensure residents had latest information and ready access to resources, which we continue to do. We contacted seniors via weekly wellness calls, and there was so much more, too long to list tonight. And while the pandemic consumed much of our focus, it did not deter us from making progress on the transformational plans for our downtown and positioning Westfield for post-pandemic success. By recently designating Streetworks Development as the developer for their Lord & Taylor properties in the train station parking lots, we culminated a public planning process that began almost 3 years ago to establish an overdue long-term vision for Westfield. Their designation marks the beginning of a new public and actionable phase in our planning, which will be a main focus of ours this year. In addition to these critical planning and redevelopment efforts, we also ensured throughout 2020 that we continued to deliver on the 4 key priorities I committed to when I was elected: strong fiscal oversight, charting a vision for our future, championing quality of life issues, and increasing resident engagement. While uncertainty over the fiscal impact of the pandemic deferred some key 2020 initiatives, I am proud of the accomplishments we made on many fronts this year, and I think it's important to reiterate some of the highlights. First and most importantly, we led our community through a global pandemic, which we are still doing, prioritizing health, safety, and communication, while also adapting operations to ensure the safety and welfare of employees, residents, and businesses. We reduced the town budget by over 1.3% in anticipation of pandemic-related revenue declines. It was the first decrease in 8 years, in spite of a 2% increase in non-discretionary expenses. We maintained a healthy $7 million budget surplus and AAA bond rating. We made significant progress on our downtown redevelopment plans, which was a giant leap towards our downtown's transformation. We continue to prioritize our Raritan Valley fight for better service and peak one-seat rides by lobbying the governor, legislator, and New Jersey Transit as co-chair of the RVL Mayor's Alliance, which I tried to get in with Senator Kane tonight. We introduced park improvements at Mendowaskin, Tamaulipas, and Sycamore, and made significant progress on the Edison School Athletic Complex proposal in collaboration with the Board of Ed. We planted approximately 500 trees. We implemented new outdoor dining and land use policies that enabled improvements to downtown businesses, and received $833,000 in pursued grants, which I think was only second to last year and the most we had gotten in decades. We commemorated Westfield's 300th anniversary with a variety of events, not quite what we had planned, funded all by private donors and sponsors, including lectures, art displays, time capsule architectural tours, and the first African-American walking tour, and so much more. It was quite remarkable how much we were able to do in spite of the fact we were in the middle of a pandemic. We established a public arts commission, resulted in 2 new murals funded through grants and donations, and successful first public art installation, Art Takes Flight. Our butterfly exhibit, which raised $24,000 through public art auction to fund future art exhibits. And very importantly, we awarded a silver certification by Sustainable Jersey, a first time we've ever been certified in town history and increased eligibility for grants and funding. There is a much more exhaustive list of accomplishments that can be found on the town website, but I do want to spend a bit of my time this evening focusing on our future. Our top priority in 2021, without question, is to continue to ensure the health and welfare of our employees, residents, and businesses. As the vaccine rolls out more broadly over the course of this year, we will begin to gradually reclaim normalcy. My position remains that we, as a forward-looking community, need to be ready to capitalize on our post-pandemic future through the groundwork we have laid over the last few years. In my State of the Town address last year, I talked about change and what that means for us as a community. I mentioned that change is both hard and inevitable, but it's how we decide to address it that will define us. Who could have guessed how prescient those comments would prove to be and the magnitude of the change that would be thrust upon us just a few months later? Remote work, remote school, Zoom meetings, social distancing, masking up, business shutdowns, stay-at-home orders, curbside pickup, online ordering, online everything. I believe wholeheartedly that how we respond to these sudden changes absolutely defined our community. If we weren't sure who we were then, we certainly do now. Resilient, compassionate, innovative, resourceful, adaptive, selfless. Many experts believe that COVID accelerated innovation in a number of areas by 10 years, which we have all personally experienced in some way. We now have the opportunity to harness this collective spirit of innovation towards working towards reimagining a new future for our downtown, one that reflects the lifestyle and business landscape changes brought on by COVID in collaboration with Streetworks, with the following key objectives in mind. Expand and diversify our tax base in order to provide the amenities and services we deserve. Upgrade our aging infrastructure, as we saw by water main break over the Christmas holidays, and reduce our over-reliance on residential property taxes. Create opportunities to increase downtown daily and evening foot traffic by expanding downtown residential living and commercial office space, providing the walking wallets that will enable our businesses to thrive. Build on the success of Open Quimby by creating additional open spaces and public gathering spots. Diversify our housing stock by providing housing opportunities for newcomers and downsizers. Identify flexible post-COVID parking solutions for commuters, downtown residents, employees, and shoppers. Integrate arts and culture into the fabric of our downtown. Create and implement a streetscape improvement plan, which includes sidewalks, lighting, signage, and landscaping. And very importantly, ensure the Lord & Taylor site is integrated as a critical component into our overall downtown plan. We are incredibly fortunate to have this significant opportunity right in front of us, and it's ours to seize. While the retail environment is permanently altered, and with competition from other towns, and the lasting change brought about by this pandemic, I truly believe we cannot afford to do nothing. In addition to this potentially transformational opportunity, our work will also focus on the following priorities. Implement a short-term post-pandemic downtown economic recovery plan beginning April 1st, which will include to enhance Open Quimby aesthetically and with expanded programming to draw downtown visitors. Memorialize expanded outdoor dining. We've all seen the benefit and how much we've enjoyed it, pandemic or not. Invest in beautifying the parklets and outdoor spaces. And continue the Downtown Westfield Corporation support of the online shopping portal Beyond Main, so our businesses have a chance to have a significant online presence as well. Secondly, we want to continue to prioritize resident safety and security. Continue to focus and expand on community policing under the leadership of our police chief, Chris Badalora, who's done such an exceptional job to date, who's also working to attain police accreditation for the first time in town history, on our way to becoming a preeminent police department in the state, thanks to his leadership. Third, we're going to further the town hall culture of innovation and service. We've had several critical new hires in the last 6 months, and we want to empower these new hires in leadership roles with greater decision-making authority and what I call a get to yes mindset. We're launching a new user-friendly website, as well as enhanced information technology capabilities, which you'll see by second quarter. Fourthly, we want to expand our parks and recreation opportunities. And a big component of that and big priority is to finalize the Edison School Athletic Complex proposal in collaboration with the Board of Ed and anticipated public input. We want to continue the progress we've made on Brightwood Park enhancements in collaboration with Friends of Brightwood. We want to improve maintenance in Tamaqua Park to include bathrooms, cabins, water fountains, and trails, as well as a new rain garden that's currently underway. We want to expand the sensory garden and landscaping at Mendawaskan Park. And we're going to reprioritize proactive park maintenance with the DPW, and we're going to assess the staffing levels accordingly to make sure we can do so. And lastly, and fifth priority is the quality of life issues that matter to us all. And a big new initiative by Chairwoman Hapgood on the Finance Committee is to initiate a long-range capital planning effort to increase investment in infrastructure and accelerate improvement in sewers, roads, and drainage, always prioritizing sustainability and making green choices wherever possible. Once again, I'm going to continue to fight for better service and peak one-seat ride on the Raritan Valley line, and I think this pandemic has brought greater opportunity to do that. We'll finalize the circulation and traffic management recommendations by March, which will inform future development. And we will aspire to attain Sustainable Jersey Gold certification, building upon the Green Team's first ever certification where they achieved silver. So it's a long list, but one I think we're very motivated to do. And so in closing, I look forward to the days when we return to in-person council meetings and the normalcy that they signify. As challenging as 2020 was for all of us, I hope we carry the positive lessons of the pandemic with us once that normalcy returns, which include prioritizing family, community, service, and health. I will continue to ask that you commit yourself to remaining engaged and informed and to proactively stay on top of the information we share. Your input will be critical as we work together towards reimagining the future of our downtown. I also ask that you continue holding us accountable for delivering on our commitment. And once again, approach this year with an open mind and a heart full of gratitude for being fortunate enough to live in this great community. This incredible town of Westfield has been in existence long before any of us, and it will be here long after we're gone. Our task of this council is simply to leave it better than how we found it. It remains a privilege to be our mayor. God bless our great community and our incredible country. Happy New Year, everyone. And I know we cannot wait to get to work. Thank you. And now I think it's time for open discussion by citizens. Please virtually raise your hand to make your comment on any subject on which we have jurisdiction, and be sure to state your name and address for the record.
Anyone would like to make any comments, please virtually raise your hand. Seeing none, Mayor, at this point, give another few seconds. Anyone like to make any comments? We have one. We have Mr. Marvin Gersten. Mr. Gersten, feel free to go ahead.
Yes, just a question on the ice skating rink. What's the status of future plans for it? Did you?
Is that Marv?
Yeah.
So Marv, this is public comment. So let's wait till we close public comments, and I'm happy to address that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Marv. Anyone else?
And Marv, thank you for your service. I should have added.
Anyone else? Seeing none, Mayor, no other hands going up at this point.
So with that, I close this portion of the meeting. And Marv, thank you for your comment and thank you for your service. I think you've been, how long have you been on that Transportation Advisory Board? I think it's been since like 30 years or so. So thank you so much. I'm very grateful for that. And as far as the ice skating rink, they had an agreement to go through this year. I think it wraps up in March. And one of the things I think the council will have to address in collaboration with Ken Anderson, the operator, to see A, if they're interested in coming back, and B, if we're interested in having them back. And I think that'll be part of the assessment when after the season ends, to determine kind of how we move forward. So that will be in collaboration with the recommendation from the rec department, rec commission, I should say.
Okay.
So with that, I think we can move on to reports of standing committees, beginning with the Finance Policy Committee. So Councilman Hapgood.
Mayor, hang on 1 second. I've lost my.
You didn't think I was going to talk all night.
I was quite calm.
It felt like it.
It has a few things to say too.
Yeah.
I'm so happy someone else is speaking.
No bills and claims.
Bills and claims.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. Sorry for the delay. I have 19 resolutions, 17 of which I'd like to move as a package. A resolution to approve the cash management plan, a resolution to approve the 2021 petty cash accounts, a resolution to appoint public agency compliance officer, a resolution designating the Westfield Leader and the Star Ledger as official newspapers, a resolution to appoint the Green Team consisting of the following members: Tim Van Epp, Lois Kraus, Jeanette Spezio, Amarish Mehta, Phil Round, Catherine Chowdhury, Nate Quinn Richards, Carrie Hansen, Medea Valeri, Jade Goldring, Nancy Albanese, Peter Goldberg, Donna Peasy, Bruce Johnson, Walter Korfmacher, Zoe McKelvey, David Siegler, Jill McKeon, Shannon Walsh, Ben Eisenberg, Mark Eisenberg, Jessica Weitzman, Robert Lerner, Jeff Brick, Kevin Redden, Kishan Patel, and David Contract as the council liaison. And then a resolution to appoint the Westfield Senior Advisory Council consisting of the following members: Brad Chenaney as co-chair, Deirdre Jolene as co-chair, Liz Fennick as the Westfield Senior Housing Representative, Shushmita Sinha, Harvey Davidson, Jerry Rothfleisch, Ron Holmes, Kathy Doolin, John O'Brien, Melanie Horton, Naomi Kreutzer, Lloyd Marks, and Jean White as the YMCA liaison. Lauren Harmer as the Recreation Department representative, and David Contract as the Town Council representative. A resolution to appoint the auditor, a resolution to appoint the town attorney, a resolution to obtain professional services for the town attorney, a resolution to approve the labor attorney, a resolution to obtain professional services from the labor attorney, a resolution to appoint special counsel, a resolution to appoint bond counsel, a resolution to appoint redevelopment attorney, a resolution to appoint the redevelopment planner, a resolution to award contract for the house insurance consultant / brokers services and risk management services, and finally a resolution authorizing an agreement with CGPH.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Uh,
All in favor?
Just regarding the redevelopment attorney, fees will be reimbursed on that.
Yeah, yes, there'll be much of the fees for both the planner and the redevelopment council will be now charged to escrow accounts, depending on the project that they're serving us on.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Yeah, and I just had one other comment, which is one person was left off the green team and Pascia. So my apologies for not catching that.
Thank you, David.
Thanks, David. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Opposed? This motion is carried.
Next are the resolutions to be adopted by roll call vote, beginning with the 2021 temporary budget. I move to approve the 2021 temporary budget.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Hapgood,
Yes.
Councilman Parmalee,
Yes.
Councilman LaGrepo,
Yes.
Councilman Katz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mackey,
Yes.
Councilman Contract,
Yes.
Councilman Dardia,
Yes.
Councilman Boyce,
Yes.
Mayor Brindle.
Yes, this motion has carried.
I'd also like to move a resolution to approve the 2021 temporary swim pool utility budget.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Hapgood,
Yes.
Councilman Parmalee,
Yes.
Councilman LaGrepo,
Yes.
Councilman Katz,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mackey,
Yes.
Councilman Contract,
Yes.
Councilman Dardia,
Yes.
Councilman Boyce,
Yes.
Mayor Brindle.
Yes, this motion has carried.
And as a last part of my comments tonight, I'd like to mention those that will be members of the Investment Advisory Council this year. Dominic Murillo, Adam Wizen, Lou Key, Biju Mohan, Damian Finio, Enzo Mizarek, who's a Westfield High School senior, and new members this year, Mike Przinski and Adam Contract, who's a Westfield High School junior.
Great. Next is the Public Safety Transportation Parking Committee. Councilman Dardia?
Thank you, Mayor. I move a resolution to appoint an on-call traffic consultant.
May I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? This motion is carried. Next is the Code Review and Town Property Committee. Councilman Parmalee.
Good evening. I move a resolution to appoint a municipal housing liaison.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
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 Opposed? This motion is carried. And last is the Public Works Committee. Councilman Contract.
I have a resolution to appoint a C-3 sewer operator.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? This motion is carried. And that concludes the business agenda for the evening. And I'm going to ask Reverend Jenkins to please provide us with the benediction. So please rise.
Friends, may we live for each other. May we seek the good of our neighbor always. May we listen to all voices in our community, the loud, the persistent, the quiet, the silent. May we walk with integrity in all that we say and do, and may we be judged not on the positions we hold, but by the lives that are changed in our service. May we work today to build a Westfield for the next 300 years. May we start now as we leave this meeting. Go in peace, my friends and my neighbors. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend Jenkins. And once again, thanks to all the council persons. Congratulations to everybody who has been appointed tonight. And thank you all for your continued commitment and service to our community. Incredibly grateful. And I think we are all optimistic that we're going to have a much brighter 2021. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Just want to say,
Oh, hold on.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I just want to say thank you for your leadership and thanks to the support of the council, not just for myself, but also for all the employees as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
I second that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
So this motion is carried and this meeting is adjourned. So happy New Year, everybody. Thank you.
Happy
Happy New Year.
Stay well.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Guys.